It is time now for Kara's Cures, and certainly we take time to exercise and strengthen our bodies, but have you ever thought about strengthening your eyes?
Dr. Juanita Collier, founder of 4D Vision Gym, is here to tell us about a kind of physical therapy for your eyes. Dr. Collier, thanks so much for joining us.
Hi, thank you for having me.
You know, I know a lot of us are spending too much time on our screens, but until I started reading about your background, I never thought of it as maybe being responsible for some of behavior issues in children or other physical symptoms in other parts of our body. So our eyes really are more than the window to our soul. They sort of affect our whole body.
Exactly, definitely. So when we're thinking about our eyes, we kind of just expect them to see, and we don't really think about all of the muscular coordination that's involved in actually seeing and making sense of everything that we've seen. And what's happened over this past, year of being on these screens is that we're putting so much of a load on the muscles of our visual system that things are kind of just falling apart, really. So when you're lifting a weight that's too heavy, you can feel that strain like in your back or in your arms and things like that. But for your vision, when you're picking up something that's too heavy, what happens is you'll notice like blurry distance vision, or a child might report double vision, or a child might stop participating in the activity completely and do other things. And that happens in the classroom as well. And then they have behavioral issues of inattention and distractibility. So our visual systems kind of break down the same way that our physical body systems do, but we just don't expect it and we don't think about it that way.
And so you've kind of designed some, I guess, workouts for your eyes, if you will, that include things that are simple as, having a catch to work hand-eye coordination?
Exactly. So what we want to do is we want to make sure that those muscular coordination, that's developed appropriately. And one of the things that really works on that is depth perception. So going outside and playing catch with your kiddos is really, really great. You want to make sure that when they're doing things, when they're on the computer, that they're looking far away, that they're looking back at what they're doing, that they're taking these breaks to stretch those muscles. We want to make sure that they're able to track across the page without skipping words, things like that, because a lot of those areas of eye strain that we kind of compensate for all the time, like by giving kiddos trackers or by having them, understand that they need to block off what they're reading and things like that. Those are all signs of the compensations that they're making. And a lot of times those compensations are not efficient. And so being able to build up those skills so that they don't have to compensate is really our goal.
So here you are in Connecticut, so people can actually see you here, I imagine. Tell us about the 4D Vision Gym and how we can correct some of this problem, especially for the kiddos.
Exactly. So the main things that we want to do is make sure that they have the building blocks that are necessary for reading. And so the first building block is fixation. So can you look at something long enough to make sense out of what you're seeing? And then can your eyes keep what you're looking at clear? So a lot of our kiddos will report that things are going in and out of being blurry when they're reading, or that the words look like they're moving on the page, or they'll say that they see like an extra image and that sort of thing. But as parents, we don't really know what that means. And a lot of times the kids, a lot of times they want to avoid what they're doing. So we don't know if it's real or if it's not real. But a lot of times what we're seeing is that it actually is real based on how much time they're spending on the computer now and how much strain is being put on their systems. We also want to make sure that both their eyes are working together. So again, like that goes back to playing catch and games like Operation, where you really need to do like that fine motor control and really have your vision directing how you're acting in space. And so a lot of the games that we grew up playing, like Jacks and Slapjack and all of those things, are working on the skills that are necessary for reading, but we're kind of forgetting to incorporate those as much now.
Dr. Collier, can you improve vision? Is there some sort of percentage, or is this for other areas of improvement, I guess?
So with a lot of our patients, since some of that nearsightedness that's developing is from that strain on those muscles, what we'll see in our office is that by exercising those muscles and stretching those muscles and regaining control over that muscle, then what happens is their prescriptions will actually go down. So we see a lot of improvement in nearsightedness in our patient population.
All right, so give us a
which is kind of cool, because usually people think that you're... Sorry?
No, I was going to say, you do something called a pencil push-up. We can all do this when we start feeling strain in our eyes. What is a pencil push-up?
Yeah, so what you do is you take a pencil, like when your eyes are feeling tired when you're on the computer or even before you start your workday. If you take a pencil and you bring it close to your nose and keep looking at it the whole time and bring it farther away and bring it close and bring it far, what that does is it trains your muscles on how to work together so that you're kind of like doing these push-ups that get your body ready for the visual exercises that you're going to be doing, which would be on the computer and, you know, doing your homework on the computer and reading on the computer. So it's a great way to take a little break for your vision.
And real quick, what town are you in? Where can people find you?
We're in Cromwell. We're in Cromwell, and we're also in Cheshire. So we're right here. Happy to see you guys.
Okay.
Thank you so much for coming on today. Appreciate it. Best of luck. To learn more, you can visit 4dvisiongym.com.